Ever wonder how your vision might change if you took a trip to space? Well, grab your space helmets, folks, because today we're venturing into the cosmic unknown to explore just that. First things first, let's get acquainted with a little something called microgravity. Now don't let the name fool you, it's not about tiny gravity, but the condition of weightlessness experienced in space. And this, my friends, has a profound effect on the human body, including, you guessed it, our eyes. Imagine this, you're floating around enjoying the weightlessness, and suddenly you realize you can't read the mission instructions. Oh no, you think, I've left my reading glasses on Earth. But wait, you've never needed glasses before. So what's happening? Well, it turns out, in the absence of Earth's gravitational pull, our body fluids move around a bit. They float upwards, and this includes the fluids in our bodies. Now, the human body is a fantastic piece of machinery, but it's not exactly designed for space travel. So when these fluids float up to the head and around the eyes, it can cause a change in our vision. Now, wouldn't it be nice if a space trip just meant getting a new prescription for your glasses? But alas, it's a bit more complex. You see, this fluid shift can cause a condition known as spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, or SANS for short. This can lead to flattening at the back of the eye, swelling of the optic nerve, and changes in the blood vessels in the retina, all of which can affect an astronaut's vision, sometimes significantly. So next time when you're daydreaming about floating around in space, remember to pack your spacesuit, your courage, and maybe an extra pair of glasses. Because in space, it seems, seeing is not always believing. Stay tuned to learn more about the zero-G eye test in our next segment. And remember, the sky is not the limit, only the beginning. So, what exactly happens to our peepers when we're out there among the stars? Well, let's dive right into it. Imagine your eyes are like squishy stress balls. Now, these stress balls are designed to handle Earth's gravity just fine. But in space, where gravity is as scarce as hen's teeth, things get a little squishy. In zero gravity, the fluids in our bodies redistribute, and that includes the fluids in our eyes. This can lead to increased pressure within the eye itself, a condition known as intraocular pressure. It's kind of like when you squeeze a stress ball and it bulges out in all sorts of weird ways. The same thing happens to our eyes in space. The increased pressure can cause the eyeball to change shape. The back of the eye can flatten, and the optic nerve, which is like the eye's data cable to the brain, can swell. This change in shape can affect the way light bends when it enters the eye, leading to blurry vision. It's like trying to read a book underwater without any goggles on. Things just get a little fuzzy. But wait, it gets even more interesting. In some cases, astronauts have experienced vision loss. Imagine if your squishy stress ball suddenly went on a diet and started shrinking. That's essentially what happens to our eyeballs. They can shrink in size, causing the retina, the part of the eye that captures images, to wrinkle and sometimes even tear. And just as a torn photo can't be properly seen, a torn retina can lead to significant vision loss. It's like trying to watch a movie with someone constantly crumpling your popcorn bag in front of your face. Annoying, isn't it? So in short, space can turn your eyes into squishy, misshapen stress balls. Not exactly ideal, right? But don't fret. The human body is incredibly adaptable, and scientists are working tirelessly to find solutions to these space-related vision problems. So maybe one day we'll all be able to enjoy the view of the stars without any blurry interruptions. But don't just take it from us. Let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or rather, the astronaut's mouth. Many astronauts have returned from their celestial sojourns with tales of vision changes. One such space traveler is astronaut John Phillips, who embarked on a 6-month stint on the International Space Station in 2005. Upon his return to Earth, Phillips found that his vision, previously 20/20, had deteriorated to 2100 in just 6 months. Talk about a sight for sore eyes, right? Then there's Scott Kelly, who spent nearly a year aboard the International Space Station. Kelly reported that his arms weren't long enough to read his watch upon his return. Imagine needing reading glasses in space. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for optometry. Astronauts like Phillips and Kelly aren't alone. Approximately 2/3 of long-duration International Space Station crew members have reported experiencing changes in vision, with many of them developing farsightedness. It's like space is the universe's own version of an aging process, but for your eyes. So what's causing these space sight sagas? Well, it seems to be down to the effects of microgravity on the body's fluid distribution. On Earth, gravity pulls fluids down towards our feet. In space, these fluids float around, with some of them ending up in the head. This can increase pressure in the brain and on the back of the eye, leading to changes in the shape of the eye and consequently vision. But it's not all doom and gloom. These vision changes seem to be temporary for most astronauts, with their vision often returning to normal after they've had some time back on Earth. So, as we can see, space travel isn't all fun and zero-gravity flips. It can actually be a real pain in the eye. So, we've talked about the problem, but what about the solution? As we step into the realm of solutions, let's first acknowledge the brilliant minds tirelessly working on this space vision conundrum. They've been developing strategies, equipment, and potential future technologies to help astronauts maintain their visual acuity in the cosmos. One of the promising leads in this field is a set of unique exercises. Yes, you heard it right? Eye exercises. Astronauts are now being trained in specific routines designed to alleviate the pressure in their eyes. Imagine doing yoga, but for your eyes. It's a fascinating blend of science and physical therapy, all aimed at keeping those peepers in tip-top shape. That's not all. Engineers are also developing equipment to help with this issue. One such innovation is the space goggle, a device designed to simulate Earth-like pressure on the astronaut's eyes. It's like a mini vacation for your eyes, giving them a break from the rigors of space. It may not be the most glamorous accessory, but hey, if it works, it works. Now let's take a leap into the future. Picture this: a spacecraft equipped with a gravity-simulating cabin. The concept, while still in its theoretical stages, could provide a more holistic solution to the vision problem. It would essentially offer astronauts a respite from the zero-gravity environment, allowing their bodies and eyes to function as they would on Earth. However, the road to these solutions isn't exactly a cakewalk. Each approach comes with its own set of challenges and complexities. For instance, designing a gravity-simulating cabin is a colossal task involving intricate engineering and a deep understanding of physics. It's like trying to fit an elephant into a mini-fridge. But if there's one thing we know about humanity, it's that we don't back down from a challenge. So while we might not have a perfect solution yet, we're certainly not blind to the problem. The quest to solve the space vision conundrum continues, fueled by the spirit of curiosity and the desire to explore the cosmos. After all, the sky isn't the limit anymore, it's just the beginning. So, what does all this mean for the future of space travel? You might be wondering, well, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the final frontier. As we've seen, space isn't exactly a walk in the park for our peepers. Between the zero-G environment and the cosmic radiation, our eyes are thrown into a world they weren't built for. It's like expecting a fish to climb a tree. The poor creature just isn't equipped for it. Now imagine planning a trip to Mars, a journey that could take up to 9 months one way. 9 months of zero gravity, 9 months of cosmic radiation, and 9 months of your eyes pleading, why, oh why did we leave the comfort of Earth's gravity? And let's not even start with the idea of colonizing Mars. We're talking about years, possibly decades, in space. That's a whole lot of tree climbing for our fish-like eyes. But don't hang up your astronaut helmet just yet. We humans are pretty good at solving problems, especially when it comes to exploring and surviving in new environments. We've climbed the highest mountains, dived to the depths of the ocean, and now we're setting our sights on the stars. There's already a wealth of research going into understanding and mitigating the effects of space on our vision. Scientists are developing new training methods, protective gear, and even considering genetic modifications to help us withstand the harsh realities of space. So, while our vision might get a bit blurry, our goal remains clear: to explore the cosmos and maybe, just maybe, call it home one day. But until we reach that day, we need to keep learning, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep looking up. Because, as they say, the sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning. So until we figure out how to keep our eyes in check, it looks like we'll be keeping our feet firmly on Earth. But remember, never stop dreaming about the stars, because one day, we might just get there, clear vision or not. Well, that's all we have for today's eye-opening journey into space. We've rocketed through the cosmos, understanding the mystery of astronauts' vision changes, from the zero-G eye test to the final frontier. We've learned that space isn't just a physical challenge, but a visual one too. But remember, as our understanding grows, so does our ability to adapt and overcome. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment about your thoughts on space vision, and hit that subscribe button for more mind-bending content.